everybody? Welcome to Media Night here at Omnibros Live. It's your boy Gio from Week in Geekdom, and I'm joined by Lou from Comics Guide. Together, we're doing the Wednesday show talking about comic news, movies, video games, whatever you guys want, all that fun stuff. Lou, how you doing, buddy?
Good, man. It's a beautiful Wednesday night over here. We're watching Archive 88. I think it is Archive 81. It's on Netflix. It's really good. We've been
What's
enjoying
that
that.
about?
So it's this guy who he gets an offer to go to this house, and he's basically, I think it's like a video editor or something like that. He has to go through all these tapes and stuff like that, and he finds this weird series of tapes that involve a girl and what looks like being a possession. It's pretty cool. Yeah, there's a pretty big
Interesting.
reveal at the end of the first episode that's really good. So we're excited to keep going with that.
Nice. Uh, I should address this, but I just want to talk about this for a minute. Kryptonian easily wins the chat tonight. Everybody else, that you gotta surpass Kryptonian here. So many emojis. I love it. Thank you, buddy.
Thanks, man. Thanks for showing us that.
Before we get onto the show, I'm still frozen, Geo. My modem's busted, so at some point in this stream, I will freeze. Just a heads up, but we'll get through it. Don't worry about it. It'll get fixed supposedly Friday, I think. We'll see. But welcome everybody to the chat. Everybody's here. Who ordered the pizza? Not me. It's too late for that. Somebody ordered some chicken.
There it is.
Two man chops. I told you. I told you I was gonna freeze. That emoji right there. Kenny's here. Welcome everybody. Oh, we already got some spam. I love it. Let me block that.
Yeah, that's been happening more and more lately. We've been getting spammed a lot.
I think that's the next phase of spammers, because you remember a couple of years ago when we had the not safe for work stuff that was popping up on the comment section for everybody. I think that moved on to now spammers on chats.
That makes sense.
So if you guys see it on a video stream, not necessarily ours, don't click on whatever they post, because it will probably be malware and stuff like that. Just a heads
it's
up.
not a good idea. It's not a good idea.
Yeah. So speaking of good ideas, instead, you got to check out our wonderful sponsor, making it possible that we are on the air tonight. That is, of course, InStockTrades.com, your home for all things collected editions. For all the stuff that we might talk about on tonight's episode, if you want a collected edition, you get it in Stock Trades. Omnibus, hardcovers, trade paperbacks, epics, absolutes, manga, box sets, whatever it may be in the wonderful world of collected editions. In Stock Trades has your back, up to 50% off. Loyalty discounts tack on an extra 2% to that if you order on a week-to-week basis. And yeah, just fantastic customer service and wonderful packaging at InStockTrades.com. Also, at the end of the month, on the 31st, that Monday show, we will be giving out the monthly gift card giveaway valued at $50, courtesy of InStockTrades.com, the official sponsor of Omnibros Live on the Omnibus Collectors Network. Yeah, baby. James, Archive was very good. I can't post about the ending, but I loved it. I hope there's a season 2. Cool. Any info on the warehouse move? Just the newsletter that was out, right? I mean, I guess we should highlight that. Give me a second here.
What's going on?
Because they're moving to Indiana, if I remember correctly.
Huh.
Let me grab the screenshot so I can read it. Of course, there it is. Luckily, somebody posted the image on the Facebook group. So thank you. Share image. Okay. Can you see that? No. Let me zoom in. There you go. So this was sent out today for any In Stock Trades customers. Their newsletter. They're currently in the process of moving the IST warehouse from Memphis back to Indiana, where it was formerly located. This move will put IST back in the same city as DCBS, as well as Tales of Wonder. By doing this, it will enable us to improve our staffing and service levels. With this move, there will be delays in order to process stuff, as our staff will be unable to pick up and ship orders until we are settled into the new location. We received our DC and Marvel shipments, blah, blah, blah. Please keep this in mind when placing the orders. The delayed items will be included in next week's releases. We hope to be back processing orders by the end of this week. And it says at the end, of course, we are working to catch up on backup emails and all that stuff. So,
Oh, wow.
yeah. Guys, if you ordered a book and it's taking a while for it to be scanned and picked and all that stuff, just be patient.
Please be
They're starting
patient.
to spam and send 100 hate emails to In Stock Trades like, where is my package? Just calm down. It'll eventually ship. It's not like there's no urgency for you to get that book. Trust me. Eventually you will get it and you will enjoy it.
And just forward all that
just
to Omar. Just send it to Omar.
Just a little PSA from your friendly neighborhood streamers here.
No, for real, guys. Just be cool with them. You know, this is not easy. They're moving an entire warehouse to another location, to another state. I believe it was another state that they're moving back to. So just be cool with them and understand that, hey, there might be some books delayed and stuff like that. Here's a thought: go through some of your backlog, because some of you out there probably have a huge backlog of books that you haven't gotten to. So you'll get your stuff eventually. Okay?
Oh yeah. And Rose Gray, this was posted at 3 p.m. today, standard, I think. Yeah. Kryptonian with a very important message. I want to let you guys know that Street Sharks is coming out on Blu-ray this April. Yes, it was solicited via Discotheque Media. They got the license for it. So the whole series on one SD on BD movie Blu-ray.
Okay.
If it's on a discount, I'll get it. It's not something that I want. I love Street Sharks, but I'm not dying to get that Blu-ray. Just me. But it's cool.
Gabe will probably get that day one.
He better. He's the number one Street Sharks fan that I know. Next Imagine, thank you for joining, buddy. Following up, Benedetta is very good. I saw a little bit of it, and I'm like, bro, this is some heavy shit. I don't know if I'll watch it, but like I was not expecting what I saw in there. I know it's based off of a real story, but like, damn. And Drive My Car is in fact superb and definitely one of 2021's top 5 best. I really want to see Drive My Car.
That's cool, man. That's awesome.
Yeah. I do want to see that. But it's not out or anything, right? How did you see that? Did you sail the high seas? You don't have to answer. It's okay. We're just goofing off. Almost always have my SD stuff sent with my DCBS orders. There you go.
There you go.
I haven't made an order since November, but that's just because I ran out of room for collected editions. I have room for manga, but that's about it. It's a mess.
Yeah, trying years for me.
And behind me, I'm not going to show it now, but I have a giant stack of books that I'm comfortable with selling. So it's super tall, and you can't see it, but there's a lot of stuff in there. Trade paperbacks, oversized hardcovers, a couple light novels and manga. So eventually I'll post it. Or I'll reveal it. Dean Winchester. Yeah, we saw that. Damaged stuff from Penguin. Penguin doesn't know how to ship stuff. Boo, Penguin. All right. So tonight there's a lot of stuff to cover. I just picked random topics for the top of the hour, but there's a lot that we can talk about because we both finally saw Eternals. We can talk about that. Um, there was something else that we saw. I don't know.
uh,
Oh, the Moon Knight trailer. That also came out yesterday or the other day. I don't know. Um, let's start with that. What did you think of the Moon Knight trailer? If you've seen it.
okay. Okay. Oh, excuse me. So I did see the Moon Knight trailer, and I will be the first to admit I know next to nothing about Moon Knight. He's just not a character that he's been on my radar for whatever reason. I know that there are diehard Moon Knight fans out there that swear by the Bendis run, and I have read the Warren Ellis stuff, and I thought that was fucking great.
Yeah.
That said, I dig it. I'm looking forward to it, man. I think it's really it looks really crazy and really out there and a whole lot of fun. I had completely forgotten that one of my favorite actors, Ethan Hawke, is in
Mm,
this and apparently playing the main antagonist of the story. So that's a huge bonus for me because I think that dude's awesome and he's really underappreciated and all that stuff.
yep.
Um, so with that said, Oscar Isaac, I think he's gonna nail this. I think he's absolutely going to crush this. It looks like this is gonna be another one of those must see, must talk about every week TV shows. Where it kind of feels like Boba Fett, the buzz pretty much fizzled out on that show. I think Moon Knight's gonna be damn, everybody's gonna be watching this one. I think it's gonna be big.
Yeah. I know nothing of Moon Knight, but he looks like reverse Batman. There's some Batman in there. He's crazy, like Batman. You know. I do love the mythological thingamajig with Khonshu and the Egyptian lore and all that stuff. That's the
Mhm.
main reason I like Moon Knight is because of that. And I, like Lou said, I haven't read a lot of Moon Knight, but I do like the character. And he has, oh, what do you call it? DID? What's that stand for? The disorder? Identity, something.
Dissociative identity disorder. I think
Yeah,
it's
there you go. So Mark Spector has that, and he has a lot of multiple personalities, and I think it's going to be cool. The trailer's a little weird, but that's the whole purpose of it because it's a teaser trailer. But you get enough where you're hooked to see what the hell's going on and why does he have an English accent all of a sudden, and you get to see the costume at the end of the trailer, and that's the money shot right there. So I was really excited for that.
Would you so apparently all the leak stuff because we had seen the costume about a year ago. It leaked online what it was going to look like, and that was it. Some people were saying no, that's probably not going to be it. It doesn't look no. That was pretty much the costume. Um,
Yeah.
I dig it. I dig the costume. I like the idea of it kind of being mummy, like a mummy wrap type thing that he's got going on because of the Egyptian heritage of the character. I think it looks cool. You almost ruined it for me though, because every time I look at that costume, like I see the damn smile on it, and I can't get away from that.
I was looking for it when I saw the trailer with like
Mhm,
proper resolution, HD resolution. Like
mhm.
at some point during the show, I'm going to spot it. I'm going to laugh because I'm going to see the big grin. Moon Knight trailer looks good, and from the looks of it, looks like it'll be based on the recent comics with some changes to the character. Yeah. Jeff Lemire Moon Knight run is also solid. That's a good one. I have that on my Comixology account, and I like it a lot.
Hmm.
And sadly, yeah, this was really weird and unexpected and just tragic.
Yeah.
I'm not going to pronounce the actor's name because I'm going to butcher it. It's a French name. He plays Midnight Man in the series, and he passed away in a freakish skiing accident today.
Oh, I saw that, man.
So that
That's really
sucks.
tragic. Yeah,
Yeah.
really tragic. I saw
When I see Oscar Isaac, all I can think of is the horrible apocalypse movie. He tried his best.
that. Oh my God. You know that's a movie.
I
That
remember
is
when that movie came out, it premiered because it was Fox. So Fox had some licensing agreements with certain theaters, and for some reason, I got to see it like 2 weeks before the rest of the North American release dates.
Wow.
And even though the movie sucked, I was just happy about that. I'm like, it's like I'm going to the premiere. I'm watching it before everybody else. So I'm biased and I enjoyed that aspect of my movie going experience. That said, I saw it in theaters and I've never watched the movie again since then because I didn't like it.
You want to know what movie I kind of had a similar experience with? Um, that was the same with me in watching Batman v Superman, where I watched it and I'm like, man, this is actually pretty cool. I get to see it before almost anybody in a room full of fans that really wanted to see it. It was probably, I think they did the fan screening thing where you go to watch the trailer or
Yeah.
whatever it is, and they give you a ticket so you can go watch it like a week early and stuff like that. I never went to the fan screening, but I got the invite, so they sent me the ticket anyway. So I was like, oh, fuck yeah, cool. I get to watch Batman v Superman early. I walked out of there going,
Wasn't for you. Yeah.
it wasn't for me. It's just no.
I still have yet to. Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry. I skipped this. My bad. My bad. Saw it theatrically on its second run in Seattle.
Cool.
Ah, nice. No news of a digital release yet, but his other film, Wheel of Fortune and Fantasy, is now out on digital and Blu-ray. Gonna check those out. Yeah, I know nothing about Drive My Car, was it? But I am going to give it a shot, anyways. I want to be surprised.
Paul
I
Verhoeven
s-
always has a special place in my heart after making RoboCop. So
yeah, I still have yet to catch uh, it with Happy Hour. But if it's any further endorsement, I thought I don't know what this means. I'm so sorry. I'm out of it tonight. Asako 1 and 2 was also excellent and ultimately one of 2019's best.
hmm.
Hey, I trust you, Next Imaginon. Thank you. No spoilers. Kenny, don't spoil things. I'm kidding. Superman and Lois season 2. But if you did read, oh, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, a certain character is gonna show up. I'll just say that much. So yeah, to close the lid on Moon Knight. It looks pretty solid, and it premieres the end of March. So looking forward to that.
Yeah, dude, I'm honestly I'm loving this new trend where 2 months before the show drops, we're gonna give you the first trailer, and then enjoy it. And I think a lot of people are adopting more of that model, especially video game companies.
Hmm.
Nintendo's been doing this for a while, so we still don't know what Nintendo has for the end of the year this year, but knowing Nintendo, it'll be August, and they'll drop us a trailer for the new Mario game or something like that at a random direct, and be like, "Hey, it's out in December or it's out in November."
Yeah, I like that. It's fun. Like I
Yeah,
don't have to wait a year. Like because I don't know. We don't know. So when you
yeah.
drop the trailer, you're like, oh, it's out in a couple months. Yay!
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the Lord of the Rings teaser dropped. Rings of Power or whatever. I'm excited for it just because it's Lord of the Rings. I'm gonna or Middle Earth, I should say. So I'm gonna watch that September of this year.
I'm down. Yeah, I'm totally down. Is this supposed to be when all the kingdoms first get the rings and stuff like that?
It's
Is
in the
this where?
second age of
Okay,
the history of Middle Earth.
okay,
So you could do so much and not have to worry about connecting anything to whatever show or movie or whatever. You can just do your own thing and be fine with it because the
yeah,
ages span for so many years. It's gonna be
yeah.
cool.
And if you change things from the Silmarillion, only the diehard Tolkien fans will care because nobody gives a shit about the Silmarillion unless
I
you're one of those guys.
I have that book and I never finished it. I tried. I tried my hardest, and I love Middle Earth and Tolkien, his work and all that stuff. But at one day I will go back and try and reread that thing. But damn, Oh,
Tolkien's a dry,
James.
Tolkien's very dry. He's a
Yeah.
dry writer. I mean, I love Lord of the Rings and stuff like that, but yeah.
Yeah. Plus, it goes above and beyond world building because you're literally world creating, and not like you're creating the language and the history, and
Mhm.
it's like you're reading a real thing, and that's awesome. But like, damn, son, it's a lot. Did you like the Cuphead trailer? Looks a lot of fun.
Fuck yeah.
I think they
I
captured the essence of the game perfectly in that trailer
I
in that series.
I can't wait. Honestly, that jumped up as one of my most anticipated stuff, and it's only a few weeks away. I love Cuphead, even though I never beat the last boss. I literally got stuck on the last boss. Just could
Oh
not beat him.
wow!
King Dice. Yeah.
I played like an hour or two and just gave up because I was terrible at it. But it looks beautiful and it's a really fun game. It's just too hard for this guy. Sorry.
Yeah, yeah. I got stuck at King Dice, the very last boss. I just could not beat him. But this looks right up my alley. I love the animation in this. I think they captured the style of the game perfectly, and they didn't go all the way 1920s, 1930s art style. It's very clear this is a modern looking show, but they didn't do full CGI either, which they could have done that and just fucked it all up. This looks great.
Hmm.
I'm super excited for it, and it actually looks like Netflix put a little bit of money behind this thing. So hey, I'm down for this. Yeah, totally.
The only reason I'm highlighting this, one, Pad Thai is awesome. I love it.
Mm.
Uh, just because of the typo, I immediately, you should, I'm just going to highlight it. On the dinner order, I'm having Pad Thai, but wish they naked fried tofu again. And then the correction is made, not naked. Oh my God. If you hadn't said that, I would have probably ignored it and be like, that's cool. Naked fried
Yeah,
tofu. Let's go, baby.
naked fried.
Uh, I'm still watching Midnight Mass. I'm so off trend. Don't worry
Oh
about
my
that being
god,
off trend. You're watching quality television, right?
Midnight Mass is so great. I love that show.
I need to watch it. I do have an access to a Netflix account, so I need to do that at
Mhm.
some point. This question's for me. Thank you, N-Man. I think you bought the Evangelion Blu-rays. I do. I have everything on Blu-ray. And I read the other day there were some issues with subtitles on it. Yes, for one of the features, which I don't care anything. I don't care about any of that. Um, I'm probably not going to watch the features anytime soon. I haven't even watched the series again on Blu-ray, so but yeah, there was you could email gkids/shout factory or whatever and get a replacement disc, but I'm too lazy for that. I'm good with just the episodes being okay. But thank you for letting us know, man.
Hey, I never asked you. How did you feel about the final movie? You think it
I
wrapped it
still
up?
haven't seen it. I haven't seen it.
What?
I forgot.
Wow.
Actually, no, I didn't forget. It came out, and I kept delaying watching it to the point where I'm like, I'm just not gonna watch it because I wanted to go back and watch 1.1, 2.2, and 3.3. But then I thought I don't want to do like a mega marathon. I know what happens in these movies, and I just forgot. And I was looking at it the other day on my Prime account. I'm like, I should
Mhm.
probably watch that. So soon, guys, I'll make a video on my channel and I'll talk about it here as well. I promise. It's on my list. It took me forever to watch Demon Slayer too, the Mugen Train movie.
Oh
It
yeah.
wasn't until Crunchyroll released it and it's available for streaming there that I finally watched it. But that's different because I owned the manga and I had already read that stuff, so I didn't mind waiting.
Yeah. Yeah,
But I'll
the
let you know.
Mugen Train stuff is great. I haven't seen the movie, but I read the manga. I got through that part, and I got through the next arc as well, where I forgot the guy's name. You meet the guy with the multiple wives, and they're all badasses.
Uzui? Is it Uzui?
Uh, yeah, I believe
Yeah,
that's his
Uzui.
name. Yeah, he's got kind of like the turban going on. He's
Fucking
great, and that
Uzui.
whole arc is awesome as well.
Oh yeah. Good thing it had no impact on the episodes. Yeah, if memory serves me right, it's a feature on one of the final Blu-ray discs. It's not related to the episodes. Um, yeah. So the other thing that I wanted to talk about, did you see the news story about the black costume selling for a ton of money? The first appearance on Secret Wars 8, that panel page.
Yes, I did. I did see that. What's the deal with that? Why millions?
Uh, 3 million, I want to say.
Jesus.
Let me pull up an article here from the fine folks at Newsarama, unofficial sponsor of Media Night here. Um,
That's just man, that's just where we are right now, where everybody's trying to make their nut, with collections and stuff like that. Just collect and enjoy what you got, guys.
and if you have a page like this and somebody tells you, I'm going to give you $1 million for that page, yes, please do it.
Oh yeah, absolutely. In a heartbeat. I wouldn't even think twice. Here.
Yeah, do it, take it, give me my money. According to a tweet by Heritage Auctions, the original page that features that seemingly benign first appearance in 1984's Secret Wars #8 sold on January 13th after what it calls a heated battle for $3,360,000.
Jesus.
That's a lot of money. Because if you would have told me, like, I get it, it's the first appearance of the black suit and the symbiote and all that stuff, but like, it's not it's not like Amazing Spider-Man #1 or Amazing
Right.
Fantasy. Because if you had an original art from Amazing Fantasy 15, like now we're talking. But for this thing, a lot of people own. I don't know. I don't see the millions of dollars worth of owning Secret Wars #8. An original page from that. That's just me. If you would have
Yeah.
told me 100,000, I'd be like, okay, I get it. But $3 million for this? Okay.
Yeah, I have to agree with you on this. Okay, so if it was something like you mentioned, an original Fantastic Four, like Jack Kirby piece, a Galactus Silver Surfer appearance or something like that, something huge like that. Okay, I get it. But this, really? I mean, it's like you said, tons of people have this, this particular page, this particular issue, but it's been reprinted, done so many times. I guess because it's original. I don't know, man. We live in a world full of NFTs now, so
Exactly.
I don't even
And
know what the fuck is valuable anymore, what isn't. I just gave up.
nothing's valuable. It's all just
No,
paper. Um, yeah, so
I
that's
don't.
crazy. I just wanted to mention that it's stupid money. Uh, you know how much I could buy or feed my whole family with $3 million? Jesus Christ!
Oh,
People just like to save money.
I'll be set for a very long time with $3 million. Let's just leave it at that, okay?
3 million,
So
and I could finally make that dream happen of going to Japan and staying there for like a month to see everything, and then some, and then I'll give some away to charity or something because I don't need $3 million, but you know.
yeah, yeah. No,
So there's that.
you definitely got to go to the One Piece Museum if you do that.
I think the did that close the Tokyo Tower with the One Piece stuff. I think it
What?
closed it because
It
of
did?
COVID. I think COVID had
Oh,
something to do with it. Yeah.
God damn it.
Good friend of the show, Alex, from the Facebook groups, he gifted me a little magnet of Chopper from the Tokyo Tower. So I have that on my fridge.
That's cool.
He's my favorite One Piece character, so I was really excited about that. Speaking of excitement and money, because that's the thing in 2022, this broke out and everybody lost their marbles.
Holy
My,
shit. Okay.
Microsoft just went all out, and some people are excited, other people are pissed off. other people like me, I'm just astounded at the amount of money that gets thrown around these days. But
Yeah.
Microsoft bought Activision Blizzard for close to $70 billion. Why? Or I'm not surprised. It's a crazy year.
This is huge. This is fucking gigantic because there are only so many huge publishers out there in video games. I'm talking about big publishers. And
Yeah.
Microsoft just bought one of them out. So we're talking about Activision, the people that own Call of Duty, the people that own Blizzard, which makes Overwatch,
Hmm.
Diablo, StarCraft, WoW.
Yep.
This is fucking huge. And what they basically did was, okay, Sony, we're just going to take all these things and we're just going to incorporate, we're just going to buy them all out. And we're going to remove all this off of your platform. Potentially. We still don't know how this is going to play out. Potentially. We're going to remove all this stuff off of your platform. I have to think if I'm a Sony CEO and I woke up that morning, I would just be like, fuck. You know what I'm truly astounded by is that this was not leaked. There was no leaking it. Everybody just woke up. Well, when did this happen? Yesterday? Yesterday morning,
Yesterday.
and the news just went viral. And sure enough, Microsoft is buying Activision. They're buying Activision, which owns all these different things. Um,
And
I'm
Candy Crush.
and Candy Crush,
I just
which
want to point that out there for all the moms playing on their phones.
Candy Crush is huge. My wife plays Candy Crush every
Yeah.
once in a while. Um, so I think I'm of two minds on this. One, I'm happy for the people that are working at Activision and had to go through all the shit that they went through with Bobby Kotick and apparently some of the really bad management and there's been allegations, sexual harassment stuff. Um, so I'm happy because what's probably going to end up happening and what I'm willing to bet is going to happen is once this acquisition goes through, if it's approved, and guys, this doesn't happen overnight. This is going to be about a year and a half of them going through lawyers, them having to get this approved through the government and stuff like that. Once this all goes through, what I'm assuming is going to happen is that Microsoft is going to step in and go, okay, yeah, we're cleaning house. Like we can't have this frat boy culture inside. It's just not going to happen. So we're going to clean house and goodbye. We're going to kick everybody out that we don't
Yeah.
want. So what that means is that there might be a silver lining for some of the people that are working there right now. And there might be a silver lining of, okay, maybe if I could stick it out for another year and a half, things will get better. I'm excited for the developer Toys for Bob, which they did the new Crash Bandicoot game, and they had just got it folded into doing basically Call of Duty shit because they didn't sell it. That Crash Bandicoot game didn't sell well enough. I'm like, you guys, they are so talented. Don't do that to them. So
Mhm.
this means this opens up the possibilities for a new Crash Bandicoot, for another Tony Hawk remake. So they own a lot of shit. They own a lot of stuff, dude.
They're just behind of Sony and Tencent
Tencent,
for the
Tencent,
three biggest publishers in the world for video games. It's insane.
yeah, yeah, and not only that, you got to think this just ups the value on Game Pass. I texted in the group chat that day. I was like, well, fuck, I guess I got to get an Xbox now
Oh
because
yeah.
the reality of it is, I'm not even a Call of Duty guy, but the reality of it is I think Call of Duty is too big for Microsoft just to keep it exclusively on their platform. I think what's going to happen is we're going to have a Minecraft situation where every Call of Duty will be released on the PS5, but the DLC and maybe some special stuff will be just Game Pass exclusive and it'll be
Hmm.
on Xbox, but you get the base version of Call of Duty on PS5. Sure, why not?
Yeah.
Um, and not only that, you can either pay $70 for the new Call of Duty, or you can pay the monthly subscription of Game Pass, which is about $15 a month, and you get Call of Duty and all this other cool shit that we're gonna have.
That
So
Game
eventually,
Pass just
huh?
revolutionized the Game Pass model. Just revolutionized everything. Honestly.
It really did. It really did. And I have to wonder, there's been talk over the last few months of, well, Sony has their own version of this that's coming out, and they should be speeding that up.
Because
Too sweet.
not only, oh yeah,
What were you gonna say?
no, that you get the back catalog of Xbox 360, Xbox One, all that stuff, and it's just there day one, and you can just go ahead and play it when a new release drops. That's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh,
So
yeah.
oh my bad, man.
No,
Um so whatever the PlayStation side is working on, it better be good. Because
yeah.
Game Pass is kicking their ass. I mean, yes, they might not be beating them in sales of hardware and stuff like that, but this is going to catch up eventually, because while the PS5 has right now the better games, Xbox just bought a whole bunch of developers that it's going to get interesting over the next few years to see what it is these guys are going to put out, especially
Yep.
now that they have the Microsoft brand behind them, which they're probably going to invest some serious cash into these people.
They plus they got Bethesda last year, so more studios. Coincidentally, this dropped today, thanks to James for
Yeah.
pointing it out, and the article here. The Sony stock plummeted after Microsoft announced plans to acquire Activision Blizzard. 20 stock plummets 20 billion in wake of the announcement.
Jesus.
That's terrible.
Yeah, that's horrible. Yeah, that's terrible.
Yeah.
Um,
So we'll see.
so what do you think? I mean, I don't have a dog in this fight. Honestly, I plan to eventually get an Xbox. Just it's not in the cards right now. We have other expenses and we have stuff coming up that we're dealing with. Um, I don't see a way unless Sony ends up buying like an Ubisoft or something like that, and I don't think they have the cash for something like that right now.
No.
Um,
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I think that's it. I mean, I think honestly, their next big move would be if they wanted to acquire a studio. I think it would have to be like a Square or a Capcom. Pick up a
Yeah.
Square or a Capcom and go from there.
Yeah. We'll see. I think like stuff like Spyro and Crash, those are safe, and you're gonna see them on Nintendo platforms and PlayStation. And they mentioned like right now they're just um, preoccupied with the transition and the actual purchase, and eventually they'll sort things out. And for now, is business as usual for Activision and all that stuff. Maybe now we'll see the release of friggin' Overwatch 2 because that's been delayed for like 3 years now or two. So yeah, a lot of people are upset because of the whole monopoly thing, but unfortunately, that's out of my control. I I'm just here to comment on it and marvel at the huge check that they dealt. It's almost $70 billion. You could fix up a third world country with that amount of money.
That's insane, man. That amount. I can't even fathom what that amount of money looks like. It's just crazy to me that they just wrote them the check and said, "Here you go, $70 billion. All right, we'll buy you out. Come join us."
Jesus.
Yeah, it's wild. I mean, heck, you know, I mean, like I said, I'm of two minds with it. On one hand, great, they're probably going to clean house. On the other hand, I'm like, it's not a monopoly, but at the same time, it seems like all these corporations are just getting folded into like four or five corporations across the world, and it's starting to get kind of weird.
Yep, that's true. Hopefully, it all works out for the best, and they kick out all the nasty people from Activision, and not many people lose their jobs of the good folk. Because unfortunately, when stuff like that happens, they let go of a lot of people.
Yeah, yeah, that's true.
Also, I just want to point out this is Game Rant, and I love that we're talking about a Microsoft news, and next to it, it says, "Why do some elven women marry mortal men, but elven men don't marry mortal women?" What? What are we talking about? How does this relate to Xbox? I don't know, but it's trending on their page.
Asking
Asking the really difficult questions. There we go.
Oh, holy shit! Okay.
Also, yeah.
Oh my god. I was gonna say if you want to talk about Eternals, or do you have something else?
Yeah, if anybody's curious, Kingdom Hearts, it comes out in next month, but it's a
Oh.
cloud version. Please do not buy the cloud version because I saw the demo for it and it looks atrocious. Please do not support cloud versions. It might be the way of the future or whatever, that's fine. But if you buy that, you're just giving them incentive to keep putting out crappy cloud versions of games. It looks terrible. Just and it's super expensive too. The full package, the 3 games, I think it's $80 for the whole thing, and it's on sale for 70 or 60. That's ridiculous because right now you can search on eBay, GameStop, Amazon, whatever, and you can find the all-in-one package for PlayStation 4 for less than $20. So just if you want to play Kingdom Hearts, get the PlayStation version. Do not get those cloud versions, please. That's my PSA for tonight.
Yeah, I don't know why you. I mean, the games are old right now. You go literally walk into any GameStop and you could probably find one used off the shelf for pennies on the dollar store.
Yeah,
So
the PlayStation 2 copy should fetch around $9 easily on eBay and sites like that. So I want to get it for the PlayStation because my memory of Kingdom Hearts is playing on the PS2. I don't care about porting it over to the Switch. I don't have any need for that. I played 1 and 2 and one of the spin-offs, but I never played the third one. So I'm thinking of getting that all-in-one package eventually
yeah,
for
you
like
never
15, $20.
you never played the third Kingdom Hearts?
No. By then, I was
No.
just out of the franchise, but now I'm kind of want to return to it and play the whole thing again.
Yeah. How invested are you into the lore? Because you've got some reading and watching to do.
It's been a while. I just forgot. I just moved on to other stuff, but I'm willing to go back and learn about everything again because I
Yeah.
really liked the first two. I just never bothered picking up the spin-offs and the DS port and the other thing and the PSP game. Like, but this new one, some of those stuff were was condensed, right? And it's more like a movie instead of an actual game for the mobile versions, I think.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't
I
know.
think I don't know if it's the DS version, but one of the ports, I think it was the cell phone game or something like that. They just ported it to the collection as a movie with the cutscenes and
Yes.
everything, so you don't have to play that stuff.
Yes. 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 Yes.
Yeah, so I'm excited for that. I'm already pumped for that. Thank you for reminding me that I need to buy that. I'm gonna add it to my watch list. So Eternals, finally saw it on Disney Plus. I will say, I didn't hate it like some people out there, but I didn't like it like some people out there. I was just, it was just a movie, honestly, and I think for me at least, it not sticking to the Marvel formula kind of hurt it a little bit, even though it looks beautiful at times.
Mhm.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yeah. It totally makes sense.
They're talking, and it's just a movie about how many Eternals were there in the movie? Like 8 of them or 9?
Uh,
A lot.
it was a lot. Yeah.
It was just a movie about 10 dudes and dudettes, and that's it. And at the end, they fight amongst themselves. I'm not going to spoil anything, but it's just a movie about 10 characters, and it looks beautiful. And it, like, I appreciate that it had like some really innovative scenes. It even had like the first sex scene on a Marvel movie, which was really weird. I don't want to imagine the movie theater experience when families are like, "It's a new Marvel movie. Let's take the kids out there," and they just see two characters going at it. I'm like, "Oh, okay, we're doing this. Cool." Also, everybody had really wild accents on this movie. Yeah, it was funny to me. I don't know. I get it, but like, why did they have Salma Hayek with her accent, and they're supposed to be in
Mm,
Mesopotamia? I'm like, it's kind of a weird accent. She has a Mexican accent before Mexico was a thing.
we're big fans of Salma here, right? I think we can all agree that all of us are pretty big fans of her. Um, I thought she was terrible in this.
I didn't like her character at all.
Yeah, I thought she was
And
pretty bad.
also, I wrote it on our chat. Why did we have the freaking celestial dude talking with an English accent like a Saturday morning villain? I didn't like that at all. I thought that was really cheap. I thought they were going to give him an alien language and a translation and subtitles. That's what I would have done. Instead, he just like, "Hey, Turtles, what's up, guys?" I'm like, "What? What is this voice for this guy? What's happening?"
Okay, so I fell asleep twice watching this. Once at night, once at night sitting with my wife, and then the second time, first thing in the morning, I had a cup of coffee. I was ready to go, and I'm like, all right, we're gonna finish this movie. Knocked out within 10 minutes, and I had just drank Cuban gasoline for coffee, and it still put me to sleep, man. Um,
Uh, it's very melodramatic.
I
Um,
I didn't hate it. Here's the thing. I didn't hate it. Maybe it's because my expectations were pretty low from what everybody was saying, like the mixed reviews. I did
yeah.
not hate the movie. I thought it was dull, is what it is. I think it was there. This needed two things. This needed a James Gunn to come in and fully flesh out all these characters and make this fun. Because what this was not is fun. This felt more like a college paper on the origins of the Marvel universe
Ooh, and life in general. Yeah.
and life in general, rather than a fun popcorn movie, which is what you usually go to for these films. And there's nothing wrong with having melodrama and stuff like that. Certainly, they have tried and they've experimented with different formats, and for the most part, it's worked. Um, I knew we were in for a different kind of movie though, right from the beginning, where it said "in the beginning." I'm like, oh, this
Oh,
is
the text scroll, that was so
right,
lame. I'm sorry.
right.
We're in 2022 and we're opening with like a thesis on what is happening in this movie. Like, what? I'm not going to read this. I was watching it with someone else. I'm like, look, I'm just going to give you a summary. Eternals are here on Earth and they were created by this big dude and they're protecting the Earth from monsters. That's it.
We were about 45 minutes in, and then my wife just went, I think I'm out. I'm like, yeah, I don't blame you. I really don't blame you.
And
So there's,
yeah, and it was weird when you start out in the past, then you go back to the present time, and then you go back again to the past, and you stay there for like 40 minutes. I'm
yeah,
like, what was the point of going back to the present? Just give me the full backstory, and then come back, and we get to meet Jon Snow and
right,
all that fun stuff.
right.
Um,
In terms of world building, I appreciate what it does for the lore and in terms of
oh
world
yeah, yeah,
building. I
that was
think that's
fun.
cool. Yeah, that part's really cool. I think this needed to either be a Disney Plus series or it needed a James Gunn to make this fun. I
Yeah,
don't think and this is nothing against her. I don't think this was the right project for Chloe Zhao. Based on what she's done in the past, she did the Bum movie, which I absolutely hated that movie. I thought it was boring, but everybody was really stricken by all the scenic views and yeah, okay. So, it just wasn't for me, and I was willing to give this a shot, and I thought, you know what, it did the greatest sin of all where a movie can be bad, a movie can be great, but just don't bore me. And this fucking bored me. This
yeah.
it's not as bad as Captain Marvel for me, but it's like right down there as far as bottom of the barrel for the MCU ranking stuff. I will say cinematography, incredible. There's a
Yeah.
lot of shots in here which are absolutely gorgeous. There's a scene where Salma Hayek, if you have the chance, honestly, if you have the option and you have the 4K TV and the nice setup and everything like that, watch this on the IMAX enhanced version, which Disney Plus has, and it fills out the whole screen for certain scenes. There's one particular scene where I was like, wow, that is amazing looking. It's where Salma Hayek is standing in front of the Celestial's head, and you get a huge sense of scale of how big this fucking thing is. And it's
Yeah.
really cool to see that.
That hyped me up for Galactus, honestly. I saw what's his name again? Um, it's like the Pokemon, like Reshiram. What's his name? Uh, let me look for it. Arishem.
Irisham, yeah.
Arishem. There we go. Yeah. It just hyped me up for Galactus because I'm like, ooh, this is gonna look great when he finally shows up against the Fantastic Four.
Yeah. Yeah.
And uh, one of the actors said, "Eternals are saving lives. Isn't that more important than saving?"
Well, see, okay, here's the deal. Chloe Zhao originally did not want to do this movie. She wanted to do something else for Marvel, but Kevin Feige and Marvel came to her and said, "No, we really want you to do Eternals. We think you'll be perfect for it." And they gave her Eternals. Um, so there's that.
Uh,
There's that.
Eternals.
You know what this could have been, and it would have been better.
What?
This could have been Inhumans. They could have
Right?
not done Eternals and giving us an Inhumans movie, and
I'm
it
sorry,
would
but
have been better.
Eternals is not the best Jack Kirby material. I love Jack Kirby, the King Kirby. He's great, but like this is not the best material. Give me Inhumans and Eternals exists the movie because we still don't have X-Men and we still don't have a proper Inhumans adaptation. That's why
Mhm.
Eternals existed,
Mhm.
and it's
Yeah.
such a alien franchise compared to everything else, and I can appreciate that. And I love that they sort of deconstructed them. 85% of the movie, they're in civilian clothing and they're just talking. But when you do a Kirby adaptation, you kind of want to have that um, pizzazz and like the Kirby crackle and all these wonderful tropes of a Kirby comic that
Mhm.
to me, I didn't see them at all. And I think it was missing that. Plus, I did not like, oh my gosh, what's his name? Icarus.
Yeah, I don't like him either.
Totally different than what I was expecting from what I've read in comics. Like,
Yeah.
okay. But it had my girl Gemma Chan, and she's amazing, and I love her in that movie. The saving grace
Mhm.
for me was her. I'll just
She's
say
really good in it. Kumail Nanjiani, Jesus Christ, dude, that dude is taking stuff to make your head grow. Okay, allegedly, I should say allegedly.
that. Allegedly.
Um, allegedly, he's
I
taking
I
stuff that'll give it pit bulls.
I I kind of expected a little bit more from him because
Yeah,
a lot of people were praising him, and I'm like, oh, I'm excited to see him in that movie, and I'm like, it's all right. He's a
he
funny guy.
he didn't get much time. Honestly, the dude got fucking huge. He got jacked as shit, and he's really not in it that much if you think about it. He's got a few zingers here and there. I think his cameraman is in it more than he is, to be honest with you. Which he's
That,
great. Give me him. Give me more of him. The
that
cameraman's
was pretty
awesome.
funny. I like that. Yeah.
Yeah, I liked him. I think for me, the most interesting story that they had, and they did fucking nothing with it, was the Fasto story. They did
Mm,
nothing with that at all, man. You've got an interesting character who has been through so many different periods of time, who is black and who is gay. You have a whole story that you can tell with just that character alone, but they did nothing with it.
yeah. And Angelina Jolie, I think you could have taken her out of the movie and put
Yeah,
any other actor, and nothing would have been lost.
she had almost no speaking lines in this movie.
No. And just seeing her there with Gilgamesh, was kind of weird to me. Like, because I kept seeing Angelina Jolie. I couldn't, go in deep with the movie and think, oh, this is Thena or however her name is, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Am I missing something from this? The post-credit scenes. Some people were saying they were not earned because it doesn't. I don't know. I liked the final sequence of the film, the fight, and what happens at the end. I'm not going to spoil it, but I thought that was really cool and really impressive. And that stuff started showing up and appearing from Earth.
Yeah.
And the concept of the Eternals and also the friggin' Deviants. You made a whole plot about them being the bad guys. They were just crazy alien monsters that reminded me of like Fox movies when they did alien movies with special effects from the mid odds. I
Yeah.
didn't like those bad guys at all. And the main bad guy, when he transforms and you see his human type of face, it looked
Mm-hmm.
really weird to me. I don't know.
I ultimately, I think this is going to be one that a lot of fans are going to forget. They might pop in here and there across different films, but they've already said they're not doing a sequel to this. They said, "Yeah, we're not doing another one of these." I think they realized pretty quick. I think they realized,
Yeah.
yeah, I think they realized pretty quickly that we don't think this is going to work out as a franchise. So what we're going to do is we're going to have these characters pop in and out of different places here and there. Obviously, Black Knight. I think that's his name, right? The character.
The Black
Uh,
Knight. Yeah.
yeah, he's probably going to pop up soon in some other property, whatever it is. But I think for the most part, they're going to scrap a lot of this stuff and just be like, yeah, they pop in here and there. But I'm telling you, I walked away from this going, you know what? I would really love to see a Fastos series where so slight spoilers for the film. You find out in the movie that Fastos, despite them saying they weren't supposed to interfere in human lives, um, Fastos helped create the atomic bomb that they dropped, and it's actually a very one of the few scenes where I was like, wow, this is actually really interesting, really powerful. Where he's crying at the site of where they dropped the bomb, and he's like, I should have never given this to them. Like, look what humans did, and they do nothing with any of that stuff, dude. And that's what bothered me. I just want a series exploring his character.
Yeah. Here's my only question about the movie: is Superman and DC Comics canon? And that was so weird. They made like multiple references to Batman and Superman jokes. I'm like, what? Okay. Eternals showed us again after Game of Thrones that Kit Harington does not know how to act clearly. He's a terrible actor.
I think it was bad.
Yeah. I'm excited to see him. Hopefully, he does show up in the Blade movie. Spoilers for the end credit scene of Eternals. I want to see more of that, please. When he gets
Yeah.
Ebony Blade and all that stuff. I hope they do something with that. Good thing about Eternals, we never got the Superman versus Flash fight from DC. Yeah, I like the sound design for the movie. Actually, the sound effects for the superpowers, those were pretty cool, especially with
Yeah.
Icarus and his eye beams. I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
But Icarus, man, I felt like he was like the. I felt like he was the equivalent of me going to a. What do you call those things? When you read out poems in a cafe. What's the word?
Spoken word.
Like a spoken word thing where everybody's like super deconstructed and mellowed out and jazzy,
Yeah.
and it was such a weird take on that character. Um, I don't know. Whatever. I have a letterbox. Don't follow me there because I don't post anything. Friends swindled me into setting up an account there.
Mhm.
And just for fun, I'd like to rank the Marvel stuff. And right now I have Eternals. Let's see. Where is it? My worst movie for Marvel. I have Thor: The Dark World. then Iron Man 2, and then Eternals, and followed by
Yeah.
Falcon and Winter Soldier, Ant-Man and the Wasp, and Captain Marvel. So that's the bottom lot when it comes to Marvel for me.
Wow, that's your bottom lot.
Yeah.
Damn.
I'd rather watch Iron Man 3 than Eternals.
That's fair. That's really fair. I think for me, and I'm just saying it off the top of my head,
Yeah.
I would say Captain Marvel for me, Eternals, Thor the Dark World, um I would go after that Iron Man 2. Yeah, that would probably be my bottom. I think I said 4. That's my bottom 4. And
Yeah.
and the reason I put Captain Marvel and Eternals at the bottom is because they bored me. Thor the Dark World is horrible. It's a terrible film, but I was
Yeah.
astounded at how bad that movie was. So that's why I still give it points. I wasn't bored. I was just like, wow, this is really bad.
Iron Man 3 is a disgrace and insult to Mandarin. Yeah, but it's it's a fun action movie at the end of the day. I don't mind it. But I'm not
Yeah.
a huge Iron Man fan. I got to be honest with everybody. I'm not a huge fan of the character. So I've only seen that movie like 2 times. One in theaters and one when I got the Blu-ray, and that was it.
Yeah. Yeah, Iron Man 3. You know what? I dig Iron Man 3. I actually like it. I think it's a fun action movie. The big reveal of the Mandarin, they have since retconned that. Disney has gone back and said, "What the fuck were we thinking?" And we got a pretty badass Mandarin in Shang-Chi. So,
Oh, Shang-Chi, I forgot about that movie. I don't have that here. What the hell? Give me
dude,
a second.
I have seen Shang-Chi 3 times now, and I love that movie more every time I see it.
Shang-Chi. That was fun. Not my favorite, but it was fun. And I do recognize that it's a good, fun action movie. Shoot, now I have to reorganize this list. Damn it. Okay. Captain America has the best trilogy.
It does. I would say yes. I would say yes. Come
Sure.
on, man. That
Okay.
first one is really good. The second one is Winter Soldier, which is my favorite MCU movie. And
Oh,
the
it's
third
still
one
my
is Civil
favorite.
War.
Winter Soldier is still my favorite thing out of the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Oh, they haven't topped it. For me, they have not topped that movie at
Nope.
all.
And the next one, Civil War, just to me, I view that as an Avengers movie. I don't see that as a Captain America movie. That's
See,
my
that's
main
fair.
issue with it.
That's fair because every time I think about Civil War, I'm like, you're right. It is more of an Avengers movie because of how big the cast is and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Um, but it's thrown into the trilogy because it has Captain America in there. But yeah, Winter Soldier for me, that I could watch that now and be like, yeah, this movie still fucking kicks ass.
Oh, I remember Dean. Yeah, you were upset about that last time. Uh, it is what it is, man. What are you gonna do? Yeah. No, I know. You're very sensitive about that stuff. I'm not gonna make fun or anything because I get it. I did not care again because I'm not a huge fan of the Iron Man franchise with Mandarin and all that stuff. I didn't like the twist on Iron Man 3 either. But you know,
That's fair.
is Nolan's Batman the next best trilogy? No, the next best trilogy will be Aquaman. Ask me in
10
10
years.
years from now, and I'll say that because we still need movie 2 to drop this year, and then 3 will probably be like 3 years away from now. So yeah, in 5 years or 6, ask me again. I'll say Aquaman had the best trilogy.
Hold on, this is a good question. What is the better trilogy? Is it the Nolan Batman movies or is it the Captain America trilogy?
Ooh. Both trilogies have problems with the third film.
Yep.
Is Captain America: Civil War doesn't feel like a Captain America movie to me, and then Dark Knight Rises. The more I watch that movie, the more it falls apart for me after
Okay.
certain points.
Right.
Uh,
waiting. Geo froze on us. The anticipation is killing me.
I don't know. I froze, slightly leaning towards Batman on this one. Just
Okay.
slightly.
All right. Yeah. No, I'm gonna give it to Batman as well. I
And the
love
second
Batman.
movie in the trilogy was the best one. Go figure.
Yeah. Yeah.
For most.
There's no denying that. Yeah. I'm giving it to Batman as well, because I think Batman had a bit more of a weight to kind of carry because that first Batman Begins, that first movie is as a Batman film, I think is about as perfect as you can get for a Batman origin story. I think you can't do it any better than that. It's spot on. They nailed it. Um, and The Dark Knight for me, here's the thing about The Dark Knight. It's a crime film that has the Batman in it, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And that film is buoyed by a fucking incredible performance by Heath Ledger. That until Joaquin Phoenix, I don't think has been topped. And I think Joaquin gets right up there. And just for me, there are points where he nudges it out. I think as a trilogy, like I said, I'm going to give it to them. I think both films have issues on the third film. I think Dark Knight Rises is a bit too long. No, correction. I think Dark Knight Rises should have been two films. That could have easily been two films, but Nolan probably didn't want to do two films because you could have easily had that scene where Bane breaks him and throws him down in the pit, and that's one film. And then you have the next film, which is him building himself back up, and you get the climactic final fight. It's two films that are crammed into one that it just does not work all the way through story-wise. And it's a damn shame because I remember opening night, man. I was there opening night for Dark Knight Rises, and the theater for the IMAX was slam packed. And if there's one thing that Nolan does well, it's building a scene really well. And everybody lost their shit when Batman first showed up in the full cowl and he's riding the motorcycle and then the cops are following him and stuff like that. It's
and
such
the friggin' score just helped it.
Oh my god, it's such a great moment that still hypes me up even today. But I think it's let down by a few things towards the ending. The ending is a bit ambiguous, which I still think he's alive. I really wish they didn't go for that ambiguous ending though.
Yeah, I agree. Nolan's Batman trilogy is awesome, but I love Batfleck as Batman. Same with me. Sorry, gang. That's my favorite Batman, Batfleck. It's a shame we're not going to get anything else beyond the Flash movie, but it is what it is.
I agree. I think he's the best one in the suit.
People have been talking about this on Twitter. Which movie do you see moving? Aquaman 2 or Avatar 2? Both are coming out December 16th. Avatar 2 better move because Aquaman will be the superior movie out of the two. Just say that much. That's going to be my favorite movie of 2022. You guys know this already.
I think it's going to be Avatar 2. I think Avatar 2 is going to have to move. Simply because James Cameron is a perfectionist and he's been working on this series for how many fucking years at this point? 10, 12 years?
The first one came out in 2009, I think.
Yeah. But I think a lot of people underestimate just how many fans of those movies are still around today and jonesing to see a new one of those because my wife is super excited to see a new Avatar movie. She loves the first one.
I remember going to see that with the 3D glasses. And I thought at the time, like, man, how crazy is it that everybody's putting on these glasses and they're all like super dirty from multiple viewings from people.
Yeah.
Flash forward to now and everybody's, with face masks and face shields and all that stuff, like crazy. But yeah,
have you seen that movie recently?
I have it on Blu-ray, but I think I've seen it like 3 times. That was back in like 2009, 2010.
Yeah, the effects don't hold up almost at all. It looks really dated. It's really showing its age at this point, especially when you compare it to some of the more advancements that have happened. But that's kind of the issue that you get when you make a movie fully CGI, as CGI heavy as much as Avatar is, where technology gets better and it improves, which is why I prefer stuff along the lines of more practical effects. So if you watch something along the lines of The Thing, the effects on The Thing still look fucking amazing. Like it
Mhm.
still looks great.
Oh yeah.
But if you watch something like Avatar, which relied on a lot of CGI, it's starting to show its age a lot. So I'm excited for Avatar 2, simply because I think it's going to look gorgeous. And I remember watching Avatar 1 in 3D IMAX on a 70 millimeter reel, the way that Cameron really wanted you to watch it, and it looked amazing.
Uh, weren't they working on Avatar 2 and 3 simultaneously? I think so. So let me check. It should come
Mhm.
out Avatar 2 22, and then 3 has Avatar 2 and 3 have completed principal filming and are scheduled to be released on December 16th, 2022 and December 20th, 2024. Bro, if you made the two movies back to back, why the hell do I have to wait 2 years to watch the sequel? And respectively, subsequent sequels are scheduled to be released in 2026 and 2028. I don't even know if we're going to be alive by 2028.
This is nuts.
What?
This is nuts.
Bro, is that the only movie that he's working on? James
That's
Cameron?
it. That's it. That's all he's been working on for the last 10 years.
Oh my gosh. No.
Yeah.
Look at how
That
much my channel has evolved in 10 years on YouTube. I can't stay on one subject for that long. I go from news to comics to manga to anime. I can't imagine spending a decade and plus however many years on one project. That's insane.
yeah, man. My stepdaughter wasn't even born when this movie came, when he started working on this. And she's 10 now. So stuff like that is just mind blowing to me. But then you think about it, it's like, but they didn't. But Warner Brothers didn't go ahead and shoot Dune back to back. They didn't shoot a Dune sequel, and now we've got to wait about 3 years for another Dune movie because they weren't confident that the first one would do well, and now they're trying to fast track the second Dune movie.
Yeah. I still need to see that, by the way, because I want to read the book before watching the movie. But
Mm-hmm.
again, it's a pretty long book.
800
So,
pages.
yeah, one day I'll watch it. Uh, and man, I remember first watching Avatar on Blu-ray during Hurricane Irene in 2011. That will always stand out to me. I have a very photographic memory, and for
Mm.
some strange reason, you can ask any family member of mine. I've ever since I could remember, if I would buy a thing, that sort of like flashed the memory in my head, and I can remember the day it was and the circumstances behind that purchase and the people and what I was doing, what I was talking with, whatever. So I feel that totally. It, shocking moments like that leave an impression on you when you're
Mhm.
watching with whatever you're watching. Sorry. 2000. We are wishing our lives away, pretty much.
Mhm. Yeah.
Texas Gaming Comics. Cameron has been big into the deep sea exploring and let the feature film slide. I'm thinking, good for
Yeah.
him. That'd be
This one
fun.
has this one has a huge. Apparently, this one has a huge element of undersea life in it. So,
I'm
which makes
excited for that because I love sea life and marine life and aquatic animals and all that and
mhm.
fish. So I'm excited for that. Even if it's alien creatures, whatever. 2029, when all the movies are collected on 4K. By then, 8K will be a thing. I doubt we'll get 8K movies, but we'll have 8K TVs. So
Yeah.
I don't see them because 4Ks, they've been around for a while, but not people didn't adapt to it the same way people adapted to buying Blu-rays,
Mhm.
unfortunately. And even though it's a superior format, I don't see them doing like an 8K release. Like, how many times are we going to rebuy the same thing just to get it on different formats? I think they'll just drop it and we're just going to stay at 4K discs for a while.
Mhm.
That's my prediction. Not the streaming. Streaming's going to go like 10, 20K, 100K in like 100 years from now. I don't know. Oh, Ant-Man disagrees with your Hiroshima scene. I didn't see that.
Well,
I see both sides of the argument. I just don't like Eternals, so whatever. I'm good. Sorry, guys. I'd rather watch something else. I still haven't seen. Did I? What haven't I seen yet? I need to watch Dune, Matrix, even though people hate it. You didn't like it, right?
Don't watch it.
I'm not super huge into Matrix like Gabe, but I want to watch it just to say that I did.
Mm-hmm.
I like the trilogy, but it's not something that I'm like, I gotta see it. Like, it came out, I'm like, whatever. Yeah, Pacific Rim over Avatar. I didn't like Pacific Rim, honestly, and I know a
Stop.
lot of people.
How? That's
I didn't
right up
like
your
that.
alley.
I didn't like the plot. I don't know. The
Okay.
monster designs were cool, but and the dual robots thing or with the memory whatever. But I don't know.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Oh, here's something fun. I can't remember. Did you both watch Peacemaker yet? Yes. Yeah. So
Mm-hmm.
in a couple hours, we're getting episode 4. So I'm
Can't
excited
wait.
for that.
Can't wait.
I want to wait until all the episodes are out so we can do like a video on it
Mm-hmm.
because the stories.
Oh, froze again. Bum, bum, bum.
I'm frozen. I'm back.
There you go.
The story's wild. I don't know where it's headed. So we'll see.
So, what is the main antagonist? Is it something that I should know, or is that a deep cut in the DC universe that I've
I
never read about?
I think slight spoilers for Peacemaker. It's what do they call it? The butterflies.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is just my hunch. Don't come at me, guys. I think it's loosely inspired by the Reach,
Okay.
the Blue Beetle enemies.
Oh, okay.
That's my take on it. Like, it's based on it, but it's not really that. But it could be like the Reach and the Blue Beetle thingamajig. I don't know. I'm just going off of the parasitic elements and taking over the world.
Hmm.
But it's really awesome and weird and wacky and foul. It's a very foul series.
You know what I've kind of noticed is that it seems that James Gunn. You there? Oh, dang it! I lost you. Be back in a second. Yeah, there. Yes, yes. Okay. You know what I've noticed is that it seems DC has really just let James Gunn do whatever the fuck he wants, and he's doing some of his best work because of that. And I'm kind of curious if what's it going to be like when he goes back to because he's doing Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 right now. He's literally shooting it right now. And I'm kind of curious what that's going to be like because this is his last. I'm pretty sure he said this is his last Marvel project. He's done after this. And I kind of imagine if he's doing the Marvel thing because he just wanted to wrap up the Guardians movie. He had the script pretty much done when all that other stuff happened out. And he's like, look, I just want to wrap up this trilogy. It's mine. And then I'm going to move on and I'm going to just do DC stuff for a little bit and do whatever the fuck I want at DC because they're letting me do whatever the fuck I want.
And he also has the Christmas special. The Christmas special, which drops either this year or next year. I don't know.
That's right.
On
Yeah,
Disney
he's got
Plus.
yeah.
We'll see. He did promise that the lineup was going to change for Guardians Volume 3. So I suspect people are either going to abandon the team or people are going to die in that movie.
Yeah. Yeah, we're getting Adam Warlock.
I'm so excited. That's one of my favorite cosmic characters. Some people on their internet can't even support HD, let alone 4K. I was on FaceTime with my cousin during the holidays and I couldn't get over her super pixelated Disney Plus 4K stream. It was so bad. That's also a thing.
Yes, it is.
Ooh, Dean Swag. I wonder if Mr. Moth from Shazam lore might be the Peacemaker protagonist or antagonist. I did hear a rumor. It doesn't. I don't think it has anything to do with Peacemaker, but I did hear a rumor that Mark Strong is filming more stuff with his Dr. Savannah
Cool.
version for other DC projects. So
That's cool.
we'll see what happens with that.
Yeah, no, that's totally cool. I'm actually more excited for what DC has down the pipe than Marvel has um, down the pipe over the next few months. So we are 2 months away from a Batman movie, a new Batman movie with the Riddler as the main antagonist. Holy shit! And it looks good.
And it's going to be supposedly 3 hours long.
Oh,
Yes,
geez.
please.
Yes, please.
Yeah. 2 hours and 55 minutes of crime solving. Let's go.
So I'm all down for that, man. I know a lot of fans were disappointed that it wasn't rated R, that it's been given the PG-13, but come on, guys. I mean, they could do so much these days with PG-13.
Yeah.
It's not for me.
Suspend
What?
your disbelief a little. Okay.
Yeah,
What you're missing out on? What? More blood and swearing?
yeah, that's pretty much
Because
it.
they're not going to do any sexy stuff. Because Batman doesn't do that stuff. If you remember from last year.
No, he does not.
So yeah, that's okay. They can drop like two f bombs in the movie. That's all right. Or one? Is it one or two?
It's two. They give you
Two.
two. I think it's two. No, it might be
Okay.
one. I think they give you one F bomb, and then that's it.
Well, that's going to happen when Batman Pattinson is punching Riddler in the face. Like F you, Riddler. I
Yeah,
can see that.
it's one.
Vampire Batman, but not what you thought. I can see that.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's one F bomb because they used it in First Class. Wolverine used it in First Class, and that was a big thing.
Yeah. Okay. So,
Uh,
gang, let me remind you before we start wrapping up that this episode was brought to you by our sponsor. That's InStockTrades.com, your home for all things collected editions, whether it's an omnibus, a trade paperback, hardcover, whatever it may be. When it comes to comics and collected editions, you got to go to InStock Trades for all the cool deals. From 50 to even 65% off on certain books, you got to check it out. Extra 2% on a loyalty discount from week to week. And if you order $50 or more, you get free shipping. Fantastic customer service and wonderful packaging at InStockTrades.com. Your home for all things collected editions, the official sponsor of Omnibros Live. Yeah. So, also, Patreon. When are you guys doing the hangout?
We're doing the hangout this Saturday. So, patreon.com/omnibroslive. Live. Come join us, guys. For $5 a month, you get to hang out with me, with Gabe and I, as we shoot the shit and we talk about stuff that we can't talk about on air. If you miss Gabe, he does this show with me once a month. For $5 a month, you get to join us live. So it's basically like if you're Geo right now, talking to us, asking us questions. Nothing is really off limits. And you can find that link down below in the description. On top of that, you get an archive of over hours and hours of videos that Gabe and I have done over the last year that cannot be found here. All of that is found down below in the description at patreon.com/omnibroslive. For $5 a month. Can't be beat.
Oh, yeah. So that's that, gang. If you got any questions, I'll give you a minute to say whatever. Mike F. What happened to Gabe? He's taking care of his family, being a responsible father,
Gabe's been busy, man.
spending more time with his family and all that stuff. But subscribe to Patreon and you can hang out with Gabe and Lou, talking all that stuff. All right. Kryptonian says, bye, guys. That's our cue. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Thank you for supporting Omnibros Live on the Omnibus Collectors Network. Geo here. You can find my channel on A Week in Geekdom, where I talk about anime and manga. Typically leave the comic book talk for this podcast / live stream. Subscribe if you can. How about yourself, Comics Guide? Where can people find you on the internet?
You can find me at Comics Guide 101 on Twitter and Comics Guide 101 on YouTube, and like I mentioned, at the Patreon.
All right. And that's it. We'll be back tomorrow with a manga stream, probably. So stay tuned for that next time. And then Monday, we'll be back with hauls, previews, and reads. So thank you to the chat. Thank you to everybody watching later. If you're watching this at a later point in time, let us know in the comments what you thought of the topics that we covered. Very interested in finding out. Thank you to everybody once again. Stay safe. Catch you guys on the next stream.
Good night, everybody.
Don't watch Eternals.
Mm-mm.